Good afternoon, everyone. What an amazing, amazing event. Can I thank Yvonne for her extraordinary welcome to country and the grace and intelligence that you showed in what you had to say, Yvonne, makes me feel very proud as a Wiradjuri woman like you. And there's only one thing you have to understand about Wiradjuri women, everyone: you don't argue with them. That's all you need to know. So thank you, Yvonne, very much for that welcome. Can I also recognise country, that we are on Gadigal land, and remind ourselves of the extraordinary story that the Gadigal have as First Nations people in the place of first contact. Can I thank Sebastian for a goosebump performance of Take the Children Away. And that song, of course, says it all about the story of Aboriginal people in this country. And your a cappella was extraordinary, so thank you so much, Sebastian. Can I recognise Peter Mirror, who of course is the chairperson of the foundation. I said to Peter earlier that me being named tonight as Chief Patron, I don't want anyone to see that through a political lens. The reason that Michael and Adam and Shirley approached me is because my entire life, which is now very close to 60 years, has been about social justice, it's been about education, and it's been about making sure that we remember two things about education. Firstly, it is what GO is about. It is about bringing equity and equal outcomes for Aboriginal children. But it is also about making sure that the rest of our community understands truth. And GO fundamentally is about that great aspiration of truth-telling. I've met many of you in the room tonight, and I am so proud, Adam and Michael, for thinking that I am worthy of taking on this role. And thank you so very, very much. To Shirley, who holds the show together, I wanted to say thank you for the generosity you've shown me over the little time that I've known you. And finally, to Noah, who is going to New South Wales University very shortly. Thank you for the extraordinary grace and also the maturity that you've shown tonight. You are going to be a QC in about 30 years. And we all look forward to you doing that. So thank you so much, Marlon, and your wonderful family. I think to all the students and their mums and dads and teachers and mentors, hello to you as well. And to the corporate world and all of you that have joined this evening, we are here for the right reasons, and that's important. And KPMG must be doing okay, because that's a pretty good view. Can I just briefly say, friends, it's a pleasure to be here this evening and have been asked to be the patron to the GO Foundation. Can I congratulate Michael and Adam and everyone else involved? And I can see how many are involved. Michael and Adam just named a whole lot of you. Of course, education is the great equaliser, isn't it? And I have believed in my heart of hearts that if there is one thing that's going to break the cycle of poverty, of Aboriginal disadvantage in this country, is exactly what the GO Foundation is about. It is education that can put the stick in the spoke of that bike wheel that keeps spinning and spinning and spinning, almost out of control, that creates disadvantage for First Peoples. And education is the key that can stop that. But I'm here tonight to say, please, trust in GO to make a difference. And that will be my job as the GO Foundation GO Foundation Patron, spreading the word and building relationships inside and outside the Aboriginal community. And that is what's so special about tonight. I know Sam and many others. I know many of you personally, and it is about what we can do together, as Yvonne spoke about so beautifully in her acknowledgement of country. I don't need to rehash history, and I know that you understand that both the two wonderful men, Adam and Michael, have been a beacon for us as a nation through many, many things, not just through sport, but how you've handled adversity and how you have carried with us as a nation to deal with very difficult issues, including racism. And I want to say that tonight. And can I just say to the young people, and I'm going to finish in a moment, I was going to speak for a few moments, a couple of things. Do you know something for the young people that are pursuing an education? There are some things that you lose in life. You can lose loves, you can lose houses, you can lose wallets, you can lose your health, you can lose a lot of things. But there is something that no one can ever take off you. They can never take your education. That is yours. It is precious. And I want you to remember that. Will you remember that for me? Fantastic. Can I also say to the broader people gathered tonight that there is no other greater purpose than helping young people in our community to get an education. And I will be doing all that I can to ensure that the foundation gets that hearing wherever it needs to. And it's really, really important, not just on an Aboriginal point of view, about breaking that cycle of welfare dependency, breaking that cycle of disadvantage. Economically, it's important to Australia. And that's the way to think about it. It is not just about what happens to Aboriginal people in the Aboriginal community. If you break that cycle of dependence, you bring the great equaliser of education for First Peoples, you are helping the economy enormously in terms of the welfare spend, but more importantly and more significantly in the way that we as Aboriginal people can contribute in engineering, in health, in education, in local government, in federal government, wherever you want. And that is the absolute goal of what we want to see in terms of GO. So can I say it again before I finish? Education is a great equaliser, and trust in GO, because you know what? It can make a difference. Thank you.